Hi, I am Aziz. From Homestead Garden Channel. Today we are going to plant a bunch of different seeds. We will do this in two different ways. Also, we will see how the results will be after 2 weeks. Through a set of seeds that I planted previously. What is the next step to take care of the plants? We will use the seedling tray with a capacity of 72 plants. For plants that will be transplanted to the soil within 2 weeks. And nursery containers 4 inches deep. For summer plants that will remain in the same container until mid-spring. The compost that we will use today. It's organic compost, made up of composted black cow manure, for more than 18 months old. Do not worry, it has completely turned into soil. It does not contain any smell, or anything that indicates its source. We fill the seedling tray with the primary soil mixture. In my case, the primary soil mixture. It contains 3/4 of peat moss and 1/4 of perlite, and is an unnecessary addition. I add with the mixture a little of compost. Compost for nursery containers, because it will keep the plants for longer. It will contain half of compost, and the second half will be the primary soil mixture. And compost should be in the bottom half. Not in vain, but when the seeds are seeded, until the trussed leaves pop up. It does not need any nutrition. Its seeds contain everything its need at this point, but then it is deeply rooted in search for food and nutrition, in case it is not available. Its growth will stop, and its end will start faster than you can imagine. Well, in the seedling tray. Well, in the seedling tray, we will plant several varieties of radish, turnip, beetroot, and spring onions. All of those varieties are to be harvested in less than 60 days. I place a hole with my finger inside the soil, 1/4 to a 1/2 inch deep. Then I put 4 to 8 seeds in each hole. After finishing, I will cover the seeds with more soil and press a little until the seeds are connected to the soil. And the last stage, water it abundantly until water comes out of the holes under the container. And do not water it again until the topsoil dries. My advice: do not overwater the young plants. Overwater the young plant, as is long drought. They both kill the plant. nursery containers. I will plant some summer plants. That takes longer to harvest. It may exceed 100 days. I will plant a few varieties of melons and one varieties of green squash or courgette. By the way, this is my best kind of squash, and I like it grilled on charcoal. Yum. As last time, we put a hole in the soil, but this time it will be 1 inch deep. 3 seeds were put in each hole and covered with dirt with a little pressure. I water it well. Here are some seedlings, too. Here are some seedlings, 2 weeks old. Here we will get to know. Why do we put so many seeds for one plant? And any carrots need at this stage. Here we have this sweet banana pepper. Practically all varieties of peppers take longer to bud. Also I plant one varieties of cucumber, summer squash, green chili pepper. Here's our chili pepper. Practically all varieties of peppers take longer to bud. Also I plant one varieties of cucumber, summer squash, green chili pepper. Here's our chili pepper. For the seeds of this variety of pepper, this is how I get it. As for here, we have a group of determinate varieties of tomatoes. This group of tomatoes will be planted in the greenhouse. It will be for early harvest. This is a cucumber plant. Just for note, I will show you how deep. roots of a small and weak plant are. Only 2 weeks later. That is why I fill the bottom half of the container with compost, but I do not advise you to get rid of weak plants, to take them out with the root. You will then disturb the root of the stronger plant, and it will die too. For this continued with me. Well, the first stage of plant care. It starts with the emergence of trussed leaves, which is the second row of leaves. Then every plant that looks sick or smaller than others should be removed by cutting it from the stem, not removing it from the root. This remedy is repeated as the plants grow slightly, and the difference in growth between plants appeared in the same pot, until the most powerful plant remains. That's all for today.